Hello, on this occasion, allow me to make an introduction to who I am. My name is Anggita Frisda, so in this time I will explain a syntax material in chapter 12 that are ellipsis and substitution. I will explain the meaning of ellipsis and substitution, then what the function is, and give an example sentence. What is ellipsis? Ellipsis is leaving out words we think are unnecessary. It means a situation in which words are left out of a sentence but the sentence can still be understood. Then, the function of ellipsis. To make the sentence effective. To activate the mean listener or reader towards something expressive in unit of word. And then ellipsis involving subject only. In the example, Peter said that Peter wanted to go home. It becomes Peter said that he wanted to go home. Ellipsis involving the subject and part of the predicator. In example, Sam had lunch at home and Andy in a restaurant. It means Sam had lunch at home and Andy lunch in a restaurant. Then I will explain about the substitution. What is the substitution? Substitution is the replacement of the word or phrase with a filler word such as one, so, or to avoid repetition called ellipsis substitution. Substitution of a noun. We can use the pronoun one or ones after adjective or demonstrative. In example, I didn't like a sweet cherry and John would like try one. Substitution of a verb or verb phrase with do. We can use a form of to avoid repeating a present or past simple form. In example, they live very near to where I do. We can also use it to avoid repeating the main verb in coordinate clause. In example, Mark phoned the police and I did too. In informal speech, we can omit to and use the object pronoun with to, neither, nor. In example, I didn't watch last night. Me neither, or nor me. Substitution of a verb or verb phrase with to, so, it, that. We prefer to use do, so when we'll talk about an activity rather than a single or specification. In example, and the last, substitution of a clause. We can verb like accept or think or believe or imagine with so to avoid repeating the predicting information. In example, will they be coming to our party? I accept so. In our discussion about ellipsis and substitution relating to embedding. So, what is embedding? In generative grammar, embedding is the process by which one clause includes embedding in other. This is also known as nesting. More broadly, embedding refers to inclusion of any linguistic units as part of other unit of the same general type. Another major type of embedding in English grammar is subordination. In example, clauses that stand on their own are known as root, matrix, or main clauses. However, in some sentences, there can be multiple clauses. The following sentence contains two clauses each. An example, Wanda said that Lydia sang. In this sentence, you have two root clauses. Wanda said that Lydia sang, which has the secondary clause that Lydia sang embedded inside it. The next example, Arthur once amounted to four. In the sentence, the clause amounted to four, which has the subject Amanda and the predicate praised to four. So, both example of clauses within clauses are embedded clauses. The following example illustrates three types of embedded clauses. The embedded clauses are in boldface, and that each metric clause is also a main clause. You all also see that the embedded clauses are marked in some way, for example, by the initial who, that, or when. Next sample sentence, relative clause. The boy who came is his cousin, and relative clause is who came. For noun clause, I told him that I would go, and the noun clause is that I would go. And the last, adverb clause, he left when the bell rang. For adverb clause, when the bell rang. Okay guys, the material what I'm talking about is finished. I hope it can add to your information about ellipsis and substitution. Thank you.